Oh, with fourth fast time tonight. The time 14.832 from Reynoldsburg, Ohio. Bobby Edwards. Edwards in 7. Alongside in car 21 from Miamisburg, Ohio. The Burco Trucking entry. He's your third fast qualifier tonight with a qualifying run 14.737. John Ballo. On the inside of row number 2, in car number 5, your current track record holder. He set that last week. Tonight's time, not quite that good, but good enough for second fast time. From New Carlisle, Ohio, with a time of 14.736 in car number 5, Dick Dunleavy Jr. And on the tail, your fast qualifier tonight. From Columbus, Ohio, in car number 26, 14.681, his qualifying effort. Bill Cantley in 26. Your fastest 4 NASCAR Winston Racing Series late models. They'll be going at it for 4 laps. The Trophy Dash. Okay, we're going to give these guys just a hot lap or two to get the rosin run in. So this is not the race yet, it's just a couple hot laps. Flags being waved back and forth signifies the drivers to line up in double file fashion for this start. Bobby Edwards in 7, John Ballo in 21. Car number 5 is Dick Dunleavy Jr. in car 26. Your fast qualifier tonight, Bill Cantley. Edwards from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, out here east of Columbus. John Ballo from Miamisburg over near Dayton. Dick Dunleavy Jr. also a Dayton area resident. He calls New Carlisle, Ohio his home. And your fast qualifier, Bill Cantley, hails from Columbus. I'm pretty sure this is Cantley's first fast qualifying attempt of 1991. 4 cars, 4 laps. Edwards in 7. John Ballo on the outside in 21. Edwards is sideways in turn 4. Now Cantley squirrely off the 4th turn. Ballo the leader in 21. Bobby Edwards is second. Halfway. 2 laps complete. 2 to go. Now Edwards closes back in on the Miamisburg Flash. John Ballo. White flag. Ballo forced low on the front stretch. He pushes high off the 2nd turn. Edwards will look for an opening through 3 and 4. Your winner will be John Ballo. Bobby Edwards is second. 3rd goes to Bill Cantley. And in 4th, Dick Dunleavy Jr. On the pole, in car number 43, from Columbus, Ohio, Wilbur Roby. Wilbur Roby in 43, alongside in 49, Ed Duncan. In the 2nd row, car number 47, that's Larry Harris. And outside of Larry, in car number 2, well, he's going to start in the back. Outside of Larry, maybe in car number 82, is Tommy Simpson. In the 3rd row, car number 10, Wayne Watercutter from Sydney, Ohio. And car number 0 from Columbus, Dave Dorshuk in the Chrysler-powered car. Finally, in car number 19, Carlton Smith. And in car number 2, Gary Estes. Explain real quickly why Carlton and Gary are lagging behind the field. They apparently were unhappy with the qualifying time they received earlier, so they will be trying for a new qualifying time. Car 19 and car number 2, and that's why they're lagging back. So 8 cars, your 10-lap first heat race for the late models. Ed Duncan breaks on the lead, but here comes Larry Harris in 47. Harris, by the way, is driving with a broken wrist in 47. You can see Harris's cast when he comes by in 47. A broken wrist received last Saturday night here at the Speedway. In third is Wayne Watercutter. And Wilbur Roby and Tommy Simpson make heavy contact on the front stretch. So we're not sure what happened. Roby made a hard left-hand turn coming down the straightaway. Simpson unable to avoid the slowing 43 of. Are complete. 8 remain. Your leader is Ed Duncan. Second, Larry Harris. And third, Wayne Watercutter from Sydney. And Carlton Smith in car number 19 apparently experiences major time engine trouble and oil all over turn 1 and 2.
I never said we were changing.
Next Saturday we'll run double, make that twin 30-lap late model features along with the street stocks in a program and the late models, or make that limited sportsman's. Full of mistakes tonight. Let's see, we're not sure how many laps are complete. 2 laps are down. Ed Duncan the leader. 8 laps to go. So again, Ed Duncan in 49, the leader. Got a spin with car number 10. Wayne Watercutter on the backstretch. Normally we don't have quite this much trouble. Hopefully this is not an omen of things to come. Down, 7 to go.
That's
Four laps now complete. Ed Duncan the leader. Larry Harris is second in 47. Wayne Watercutter in 10. They'll be halfway this time. Halfway. Cross flag signifying halfway. Displayed by starter Jim Paul. Duncan from Columbus continues to pace the first heat race. This, the car, by the way, campaigned by Robbie Dean in recent years. He's gotten out of this car and turned the controls over to Duncan. White flag for Ed Duncan this time by. Larry Harris still second. Harris again competing with a broken wrist and doing a bang-up job. Your winner, Ed Duncan. One more late model heat race, and then we'll go trucking. On the pole in car number 94, Robbie Dean. Alongside in car 9, Dan Eves. Dean is a, check that, I think an 7-time feature winner, and not make that 6-time, I believe, feature winner here in 1991. 6-time feature winner, Dean. And beside him, a 1-time feature winner in 91, Dan Eves. Second row in car 23 from Columbus is Greg Markham. And outside in car number 1, Terry Humphrey. And the third row, car number 70 from Germantown, Ohio, Joe Hill. And flanking him in car 52 from Columbus, Ron Otto Jr. Finally, in car number 55, it's Bussy Blackford. And out in car number 12, without a qualifying time, competing in this heat race, Benny Dean. 10 laps, the heat race for the late models. The leader, Terry Humphrey, now working on Robbie Dean. And now running second, car number 1, Terry Humphrey. He'll set his sights on Dan Eves next. They'll finish lap number 3, this time across. Now Humphrey challenges Eves on the outside. That second groove coming in excellently. Humphrey with an advantage down the backstretch. They'll get the halfway signal. 5 laps complete this time by. It's Humphrey, Eves, and now Ron Otto Jr. closing on the lead duo in 52. Three to go.
Driving out.
this time for your leader, Terry Humphrey. And the winner of the second 10-lap late model heat race, Terry Humphrey. Coming home second in car number 9, Dan Eves, the third place entrant, or finisher, I should say. Car number 52, Ron Otto Jr., and finishing fourth, Bussy Blackford. Hello, big rig racing action.
There's the 11 out there. What happened to the other?
Again, the winner of this heat race will participate in the Overdrive Front Row Challenge coming up a little bit later this evening. So, and by the way, the guys will try to do an excellent job in the heat races, as their feature lineup and starting position depends on where they finish in the heat race. By the way, these drivers drew for positions in the heat races. Here we go. The lineup goes like this on the pole. In car number 2 from Forest Park, Georgia, driving a white chassis with a Detroit engine, George Blessett. Blessett not out on the track yet. We're waiting on number 2. Outside in truck number 18 from Shelby, North Carolina, driving a Kenworth chassis and a Detroit engine, Andy Lee. The second row, it looks like we might shuffle the lineup a little bit, but coming up next on the way I've got the starting order anyway, and truck number 3 from York, Ontario, a Volvo chassis with a Detroit V6 engine, and truck number 3, Randy Slack. The next truck in car number 22, Freightliner chassis, a Detroit engine from Oriskany, I probably messed that up, New York, Newt Ingalls in 22. Truck number 11 is next. From High Point, North Carolina, Cummins engine and a Corbett chassis, Wayne Johnson. Johnson in 11. Up next in truck number 33. Substitute driver in that vehicle tonight. I got it right here somewhere. I think that's Fred Burrows Jr. in truck number 33. And finally in truck number 1, starting out back in truck 1, Floyd Clark from Eustis, Florida. So I'm telling you, these gentlemen from all over the 50 United States. Say what we're going to do. We're going to try something here tonight. We'll get a white flag, meaning 1 lap to go the next time around. We're going to start down there in turn 4 when I say 1, 2, 3 with a wave. So everybody get ready down there in turn 4. This time around, ready for the wave. 1, 2, 3, let's do the wave.
That's correct, because 16 pulled out.
We can do better than that. I'll give you another chance later. I think the problem is people are afraid to stand up. When they sit back down, somebody will be in their seat.
Okay, Roger, ready to rock and roll.
10 laps. The Gator trucks. George Blessett in 2, leads them off the corner. And Andy Lee charges to the lead down in turn number 1. Following him in the V6, it's Randy Slack from Canada. Andy Lee from Shelby, North Carolina. third in 22, it's Newt Ingalls from New York. Andy Lee still leading. The V6, by the way, powers truck number 3, Randy Slack. Still Andy Lee. These are 10-lap heat races. Second now is Randy Slack in the V6. Then comes Newt Ingalls in 22. Slack sideways off the 4th turn. I just love it when Slack comes off that 4th turn with those rear tires smoking. And a spin down in turn number 2. Yellow flag, yellow flag. Number 11, that's Wayne Johnson from High Point, North Carolina, bringing out the first big rig caution flag of the evening. In the record books. The leader is still Andy Lee from Shelby, North Carolina. Second is Randy Slack from Canada. Third is truck 22 Newt Ingalls from Oriskany, New York. And George Blessed is fourth in truck number 2. 6 laps to go. Again, the winner of this heat race will get a chance to start on the pole. After we do the monster truck thing, we'll do the overdrive challenge. Halfway, the cross flag signifying halfway by our starter. Randy Slack tries that high groove through 1 and 2. He's going to have to be careful as Newt Ingalls is nipping at his tailpipe. Andy Lee in 18. Newt Ingalls putting heavy duty pressure on Randy Slack for second spot. With a big advantage down the backstretch. White flag this time around for Andy Lee. Slack continuing to fall off the pace in 3. Newt Ingalls nipping at his heels. And the winner from Shelby, North Carolina, Andy Lee. Randy Slack is second. Third is Newt Ingalls. And finishing fourth from Eustis, Florida, Floyd Clark. So Andy Lee sets himself up for the Overdrive Magazine Front Row Challenge coming up a little bit later. He'll have the opportunity. Starting on the pole in car number 50.
Roger, move them up. Don't cross them around.
Don Norman, I believe it is. Let me check that. Don Norman in 50. He's from East Bend, North Carolina. A Ford cab with a Detroit diesel engine.
Roger, just move them up.
On the outside of row number 1. In truck 73 from Willow Springs, Illinois, Peterbilt, the cab, again Detroit diesel, the power. In the second row, in truck number 8 from Shelby, North Carolina, Ray Maxwell, GMC Cab, Detroit Power. Alongside of the truck number 8 and 14, are coming from Winter Springs, Florida, Peterbilt, the chassis with a Detroit diesel engine, Bobby Lyles in 14. The third and final row in truck 13 from Oriskany, New York, Robert Spellman in 13, and alongside in truck 40 from Columbus, Indiana. So we got one at least from Columbus, if not from Ohio. Columbus, Indiana, Luther Burton in 40. 10 laps, your second heat race for the Gator trucks. Six trucks, 10 racing laps. Your front row in 50, it's Don Norman. Outside in 73, Vern Natchke. Bobby Lyles with a trick move off the second row outside. Inside of Natchke through turn 2. Lyles in a hurry in truck 14. Natchke now on the outside in 73 is second. Now Luther Burton moves up to second. Burton will set his sights on leader Bobby Lyles. Lyles running very fast, but Luther Burton not being done away with by any means. Burton challenging in 40. Now Burton moves in to challenge Bobby Lyles through turns 3 and 4. 4 laps out of this 10-lap race are in the record books. We'll get the halfway signal this time. Five laps and are completed. Still Bobby Lyles, Luther Burton, and Vern Natchke, your top 3. Again, one of the winner of this heat race will get an opportunity to challenge for the Overdrive Magazine Front Row Challenge. Burton trying that second groove. Burton sideways into turn 1. And fourth place in number 50, Don Norman. 2 laps to go. Now Burton has picked up a big time push. Lyles almost into the backstretch wall. And 14, your leader. White flag this time for Bobby Lyles. Second again is Luther Burton. Third, Vern Natchke. Fourth, Don Norman. Fifth is Ray Maxwell. Your winner in car 14, Bobby Lyles. Second goes to Luther Burton. Finishing third, Vern Natchke. Coming home fourth, we think will be Don Norman. Fifth in truck number 8. That's Ray Maxwell, and rounding out the field in 13. Let's see here, Robert Spellman. So let's hear it for all the Gator trucks in the second heat race. Tell you what, it's going to get exciting. Yalesville, Connecticut, Nick Kearns. Nick Kearns in 16 alongside, I can't see the number, the front row in number 39 from, I'll get it here in a minute, Raleigh, North Carolina, a Winston Cup competitor on occasion, Charlie Baker. The second row on the inside in number 5. Number 5, let's see, out of Orlando, Florida, E.J. Utley. E.J. Utley in truck number 5. The third row and number, let's see if we get this right, 113 from Oriskany, New York, it's Fred Burrows.
17 supposed to go behind the 16.
Then comes truck 17, hailing out of Lake Monroe, Florida, Creed Catron in 17. Then we've got truck number 10. Number 10 from High Point, North Carolina, Ricky Trotter. Truck 00 from Wallingford, Connecticut, Bill Quinn. Then comes number 4 out of Columbus, Indiana, Jim Hull. And finally in truck number 3, I'm not sure, that may be Randy Slack back out just to get some track time. We're not sure about truck number 3. We'll check on a driver's name. Okay, we understand this is an experimental truck for Randy Slack, so this is not his primary truck, but he'll start in this heat race with a different truck. Randy Slack in number 3, starting in the 8th spot. You know what? I missed it. I missed the wave. Oh well, we'll get them later. Silly me, I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, the white flag was that time by. We'll get a start the next time, and we'll see what happens. Leading the field around in 16, Nick Kearns. E.J. Utley takes no prisoners. He went underneath Kearns down the front stretch. Utley is second. Your leader, tight running on the backstretch there, 3 abreast. The leader in 39 is Charlie Baker.
I-71 through Cincinnati.
Running third in 17, Creed Catron. Utley sideways in the 4th turn in second. The leader again from Raleigh, North Carolina is Charlie Baker. I keep saying car 39. Forgive me.
They are in fact to the
Charlie Baker in 39, the leader. Second is E.J. Utley. Again, Baker, an occasional Winston Cup competitor. Utley hails from, let's see, I know where that's at. Hails from Orlando, Florida, in truck number 5. Halfway, 5 laps down. Charlie Baker, E.J. Utley. Third is Creed Catron. And fourth now, Randy Slack. Charlie Baker pulls out a bit of an advantage over Utley. The third place is beginning to heat up as Creed Catron running third and Randy Slack trying to move on the outside through the fourth turn. The race for third, a heated battle down the backstretch now. White flag for Charlie Baker. E.J. Utley is second. Now up to third with a fancy outside pass. Randy Slack. Fourth is Creed Catron. And the winner in 39, Charlie Baker. Utley is second. Slack third. Catron finishes fourth. And coming home fifth, I believe, and number 10, Ricky Trotter. So there you have it, your 3 trucks for the Overdrive Challenge. That 3 truck like this. On the pole in car number 2 from Miamisburg, Ohio, Gary Estes. Alongside in car number 94 from Darby-Dale, Ohio, Robbie Dean. The second row on the inside, car number 9, it's Danny Eves from Columbus, and another Columbus driver, car 23, Greg Markham. The third row from Grove City, it's Terry Humphrey in 1, and from Germantown, Ohio, car 70, Joe Hill. And the next row, car number 52 from Columbus, Ohio, Ron Otto Jr., and outside in 55, New Lebanon, Ohio driver, Bussy Blackford. The next row from Reynoldsburg, Ohio, car 7, Bobby Edwards. And outside of Bobby from Miamisburg, John Vallow. New Carlisle, Ohio driver, Dick Dunleavy is next in car number 5. Outside of him in 26, Bill Cantley. Then comes car 49, that's Ed Duncan. And car 47, Larry Harris. Car number 10 is next, that's Wayne Watercutter, and car 0, Dave Dorshek. Rounding out the field in car number 12, Denny Dean, and alongside 43, Wilbur Roby. 35 racing laps for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series late models.
To see you from Michigan.
Ches Brown Oldsmobile pace car, Columbus Motor Speedway pace car, pulls off the racetrack on the backstretch. We got a half a lap. We're ready to go racing. The NASCAR Winston Racing Series late models. for that top spot. And Dean is the leader in 94. Yellow flag. Okay, we've got a yellow flag because car number 94, Robbie Dean, running much faster than his qualifying time. We allow these gentlemen 15/100ths of a second faster than their qualification run. If they go faster than that, they go to the tail of the event and we get a restart. Leader is Gary Estes. So Dean, with 6 feature wins in 1991 here at the Speedway, will have a long road to hoe this evening. Estes the leader, second is Greg Markham, third Danny Eves, fourth is Terry Humphrey, and fifth Ron Otto Jr. 3 laps complete. Completed, still Gary Estes. Dan Eves is in 9, Greg Markham in 23. Challenges Estes on the outside. The new leader in 9. Laps down, 10 now. The leader in 9, Estes is second in 2. the next time by. Halfway. Series here Saturday night, August 10th, 2 weeks from tonight. Okay, we need a The other thing we'd like to mention is that, of course, tonight's program with the big rigs, a very expensive program, so that's why the $15 ticket gate ticket next week will be running $8 for adults and $2 for children. That's next Saturday night, only $8 for admission to get in to see 3 divisions of NASCAR Winston Racing Series stock cars. Laps complete. Dan Eves the leader. Running second in 23, Greg Markham. Third is Terry Humphrey. Fourth, John Ballo. And fifth, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Tries unsuccessfully to squeeze inside of Humphrey. Now he'll try the outside. Greg Markham with trouble in 23. Hopefully he'll get off the track shortly because he's unable to see in that 23 car. And Markham in 23 with a spin. One lap will be back underway. The running order, Dan Eves, your leader. Terry Humphrey second. John Ballo third. Dick Dunleavy fourth. Bussy Blackford fifth. Up to sixth in 94, Robbie Dean. Seventh is Ed Duncan. Eighth is Joe Hill. Ninth is Wayne Watercutter. And 10th is Gary Estes. Okay, Dan Eves with a false start, so we'll reline him up. The drivers are supposed to take off when the yellow flag or the yellow light on the backstretch is extinguished. Eves is taking off well before the yellow light goes out. So car number 9, Dan Eves, we'll call that a false start and get back underway. Dunleavy to the inside of Vallow. Second, or is he in 21? 10 laps. Here comes Dunleavy in 5. And now Robbie Dean challenging at a 94. Dunleavy now second in car 5. With a spinning car number 9. Earlier incident, Joe Hill is 5th. 28 laps down. 7 to go. Stalks Vallow down the backstretch. 5 laps this time, 5 laps. Now Robbie Dean. Robbie Dean seems to be reeling in the leaders. White flag, white flag. Now let me right on the back bumper, Vallow. They make contact in 2. Vallow sideways down the backstretch. It'll be close. John Vallow, your winner. A real close one. The winner from Miamisburg, Ohio, 2 in a row, John Vallow. Let's hear it, the computer programmer from Miamisburg, John Vallow. Everybody's got their opinion, and that's what we love about America. Isn't it a great country? In North Carolina, Charlie Baker. Alongside in truck number 18, I'll get this used to this yet, from Shelby, North Carolina, Andy Lee. The second row in truck 14 from Winter Springs, Florida, Bob Lyles. Outside of row number 2 in truck number 5 from Orlando, Florida, E.J. Utley. Inside of the third row, the truck number is 40. The driver's name from Columbus, Indiana, Luther Burton. And the third row on the outside, truck number 3 from York, Ontario, Canada, Randy Slack. You're the points champion from 1 year ago. In the fourth row on the inside from truck number 73 from Willow Springs, Illinois, Vern Natchke. And outside of Natchke, in truck 22 from Oriskany, New York, Newt Ingalls. In the fifth row on the inside, truck number 17, the driver is Creed Catron from Lake Monroe, Florida. And outside of him in number 50, from East Bend, North Carolina, Don Norman. The next row. The next row in truck number 1 from Eustis, Florida, Floyd Clark. And alongside in number 10, out of High Point, North Carolina, Ricky Trotter. The next row in number 8, from Shelby, North Carolina, Ray Maxwell. And alongside him in 2, from Forest Park, Georgia, George Blessett. Up next, in truck number 00, hailing from Wallingford, Connecticut, Bill Quinn. And alongside Bill in number 13, driven tonight by Robert Spellman from Oriskany, New York. The next driver in number 33, it's Freddie Burrows. And alongside of him in 16, from Yalesville, Connecticut, Nick Kearns. Then we've got truck number 11, driven by Wayne Johnson. And alongside Wayne in number 113, it's Fred Burrows Sr. from Oriskany, New York. Finally, the last row in number 4, it's Jim Hole from Columbus, Indiana. And on the tail in number 3, subbing in the number 3, Mike Adams from Seneca, North Carolina. Okay, Jerry Elgin to the general mission gate, please. Jerry Elgin, you're needed at the general mission gate, gate B, please. Okay, get ready, folks. We're going to do a wave for these drivers in a couple of laps. I'll let you know. The Ches Round Oldsmobile pace car paces them around. 22 Chevrondello Gator trucks ready to do battle for 100 laps. The yellow flags will count up until the last 5 laps. So the last 5 laps must be run under yellow, or make that under green.
Okay.
drivers will be waving the next time by. So we're going to try something a little different. Instead of having you wave back, well, actually, you can wave, but we'll do the wave. And we want everybody this time. That means you. Everybody, let's have a festival and do the wave. I'll count down to 3 when they're coming off the 4th turn. And we'll start down there and work our way this way. They'll be waving this time by. 1, 2, 3, the wave. Give yourself a hand. '22 Chevron Trucks, Chevron Dello Gator Trucks, 100 laps. Leading them around in 39, it's Charlie Baker. Thing I've ever seen. Your leader is Dick. Make that Charlie Baker. Baker the leader in 39. Second's a tight battle between Bobby Lyles and Andy Lee. Running 3rd in 40. Truck 40 is Luther Burton. Already being encountered by the leaders. 39 your leader. Truck 39 down the front stretch. And second is Andy Lee. 3rd Bobby Lyles. 4th Luther Burton. And running 5th Randy Slack. Or is it E.J. Utley? Still Charlie Baker out front. Andy Lee runs 2nd. He'll challenge Baker through the 4th turn. Mayhem here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Still Charlie Baker, Andy Lee, your lead duo. Now Lee will try to work inside of Baker down the backstretch. Complete. 10 laps down. Andy Lee again to the inside of Charlie Baker for the lead. They'll go wheel to wheel down the front stretch. Lee, the new leader in 18. Baker is now second. Luther Burton third. And E.J. Utley fourth. Whoa, Bobby Lyles into the rear tire of Randy Slack in turn one, but they recover. The leader is 18, Andy Lee. Your lead 5 trucks all on the backstretch right now. 18, 39, 40, 5 and 3. They'll encounter more lap traffic through turns 3 and 4. The leader's up on the lap car's rear bumper, lap truck. That's Vern Natchke in 73. I don't know how they did it, 3 abreast. Through turns 3 and 4. This time it's Randy Slack into E.J. Utley. Utley recovers in 5, but it loses a lot of ground. Completed the next time by, this time by 25 laps, 1/4 of the way through. Andy Lee, Charlie Baker second, Luther Burton third, Randy Slack fourth, E.J. Utley fifth in truck number 5. 6th is Bobby Lyles in 14. 7th is Newt Ingalls in 22. Those unofficial. Randy Slack in 3, putting heavy pressure on Luther Burton. They're coming around 4 now. That's a race for 3rd place. Burton now sideways entering 1. Slack looks for a way around. 3rd and 4th place on the backstretch with a battle. And Randy Slack now is 3rd. I've seen a lot of things, but never anything like this. Andy Lee in 18th, the leader. Baker is 2nd at 39. Slack beginning to reel the leaders in truck 3. Luther Burton is 4th in truck 40. And 5th is E.J. Utley in number 5. Challenges for the lead. It's Baker on the inside, Lee on the outside, and Charlie Baker back out front at 39. Andy Lee hadn't given up yet. Now Slack pulls up on the back bumper of the lead tandem. Still in 4th is Luther Burton. And 5th, E.J. Utley. Your lead trio down the backstretch, bumper to bumper. Slack to the outside of Andy Lee. They're going to be in heavy traffic any moment now. And Slack is 2nd in 3. Truck number 1. That's Floyd Clark. He's out. Meantime, your leader is up, and we got a yellow flag. Okay, so the leader, Charlie Baker in 39, and then white flag by the starter. Again, we'll get a start the next time around. The Ches Round Oldsmobile pace car, Columbus Motor Speedway pace car, pacing the field around. One lap will be underway. Charlie Baker, Randy Slack, Andy Lee. The 3rd place truck in line is a lap truck. Then comes Luther Burton, and truck number 5 behind that, E.J. Utley. And I believe 22 is 6th, and 14 Bobby Lyles 7th. Race for the lead as Slack goes to the inside of Baker. They'll go wheel to wheel. Baker still hangs on the outside, but now Slack is the clear leader. Randy Slack, your leader. Andy Lee into Charlie Baker down the front stretch. They make contact. Meantime, Slack is checking out in a big way. Now Luther Burton moves up to challenge for that third spot. Luther Burton in 40. Baker at 39. They race for third place. Slack continues to lead in 3. He's rounding 4 now down the front stretch. Your leader in truck number 3. Second is Andy Lee in 18. Third, Charlie Baker. Fourth is Luther Burton. And fifth, E.J. Utley. Sixth in truck 14, Bobby Lyles. Seventh in 22. That's Newt Ingalls. That's your top 7. I believe those are the only trucks on the lead lap. I'm not sure about that. Slack encounters heavy traffic on the backstretch. Now there's a race again for second between Baker. Oh, 3 abreast again. Goodness gracious. Charlie Baker in 39 moves back into second. Andy Lee is third. The racetrack in turn number 4. That's Ricky Trotter. He's back on now. No yellow. Continues his lead. Charlie Baker second. Andy Lee third. Luther Burton fourth. 5 is E.J. Utley. He's running 5th. trucks in competition. Slack the leader. Second is Baker. Third is Andy Lee. Fourth, Luther Burton. Fifth, E.J. Utley. Sixth, Bobby Lyles. We're getting reports of debris on the racetrack. So we're going to get the track crew to check out, I believe, the third turn. Again, reports of debris on the racetrack. Randy Slack, the leader. And that's what the yellow light is on the dashboards during caution periods for the trucks. Now we'll see if Charlie Baker's been holding anything back. Close to Randy Slack, your leader. They'll have 25 laps this time to go. 25 laps to go. Bert Natchke off the track in turn 4. Slack now begins to stretch it out again over Baker. Slack down the front stretch now in 3. Second is Baker at 39. Third, Andy Lee at 18. And fourth, Luther Burton at 40. To go. Slack moving in on some heavy traffic. Slack in 3 down the backstretch. He'll encounter heavy lap traffic through turns 3 and 4. Closing in on Slack. Slack stuck behind 2 lap trucks. Now Baker closes in a hurry on the backstretch. still second. Again, lap trucks in the path of your leader. Slack on the backstretch in 3. Still second is Charlie Baker in 39. I have 10 laps to go the next time by. 10 laps to go. Andy Lee is still third. Fourth, Luther Burton. Fifth, E.J. Utley. Sixth and 14, Bobby Lyles. And seventh, and your final truck on the lead lap, Newt Ingalls in 22. Charlie Baker, Andy Lee, Luther Burton, E.J. Utley, Bobby Lyles, Newt Ingalls, your first 7. To go. Turns 3 and 4 now. Slack now puts a lap on Newt Ingalls. Ingalls, the last car on the lead lap in 22. White flag this time for Randy Slack. Through turn 3. Down the front stretch, white flag. Second is Baker in 39. A good race for third between Burton and Lee. Luther Burton with a last lap pass. He'll finish third. But your winner, Randy Slack. Second is Charlie Baker. Third will go to Luther Burton. Fourth is Andy Lee. in number 5 is E.J. Utley. 6th in 14 is Bobby Lyles.
Which gate do you want open?
What a show! The Chevron Dello Big Rig 100.
Luther Burton's third.
Luther Burton was 3rd in number 40. He made a pass about 2 laps to go. Finishing 2nd in 39, Charlie Baker. Your 2nd place truck. Let's hear it for all the big rigs. Quick interview down on the racetrack.
Ladies and gentlemen, down here at the start-finish line, we're with the gentleman that really worked very diligently. How that 3 abreast pass out there, that looks pretty hairy sometimes. What do you think?
Which one?
I understand it. Your dad and mom have been down here for the ASA races. Did they give you any hints as to what you had to do to hook the thing up to get around here, or how'd you figure that out?
Nah, he just said there was lots of room around it. It didn't seem like it a couple times tonight, but it was pretty good for the trucks, really. We've run on a little tighter tracks than this. There was a lot of close running out there.
Yeah, there really was, and we do appreciate everybody coming out tonight. We've got here from, again, slow but sure, Chevron, remind me, I'm slow but sure.
Mike Kramer.
Here we go, and he's going to award Randy Slack with the winner's trophy. Let me get out of the way so you folks can get in your picture there.